Uh, Thank you very much, Dr. Mr. Tahir Abdul Rahman Siddiquee, and good morning to all of you. This session is about to discuss about regarding your thesis, that how to start up your thesis, and what are the problems generally we faced during the conduct of our thesis. So here I'm going to deal with the three topics. Generally, the first topic will be regarding the selection of the topic, that how we are supposed to select our topic, and what are the consideration and parameters we should in account make in accountability to during the selection of the topic. And the second one is the development of the proposal. The most important is the kind of development of preparing of the Bearys synopsis. And the third point is the compilation of your thesis report. So generally I'm going to talk about on these three topics. Number one is your selection of the topic, second one is your development of your proposal, and third one is the compilation of your thesis. So here we are going to start. Now the first thing is that once we are going for the selection of the topic, now I'm going to deal with this topic. Okay, so we are in this seminar, we are going to deal with the three topics. So number one is the selection of the topic, second one is the development of the proposal, and third one is the compilation of the thesis. Please remember, because whatever I'm going to deliver, the content will come under these three points. So number one is the selection of the topic. So this is the most important or critical stage. You should have a proper knowledge that how to select a topic. Here, the can you guys please open up your mouse, because mics? I want to discuss something, because this is the most critical. Tahir, please allow them to open.
Yeah.
Yeah, so here, guys, we are going to discuss about the three things. Okay, I think this is clear. So first thing is the most important and the critical is about the selection of the topic. So I hope you guys already have some idea about what topic I'm going to continue during my thesis. So have you prepared any parameters or consideration? Okay, under this consideration I'm going to select this topic, or is it is by your interest? Because generally what happens, whenever we inquire why you are want to do thesis on this particular topic, they are telling us that this is my interest, that's why I want to the do this thesis on this topic. So have you guys any parameters or considerations rather than the interest we are calling it? Datraj.
Sir. I have some yeah. It's related to like issues happened there. So basically, I'm
Okay.
solving a problem which is already there. So
Mm-hmm.
it's kind of a live project kind of,
Okay.
and proposing to a government body.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
So
okay, something. Okay, next, Thompson, any other consideration or parameters do you have?
Uh, I can put the project in such a way that like a live project. So,
Okay.
means present. It's a project which is proposed by government, and the site everything is given by the government.
Okay.
So I
So
thought of
generally, it's like the two comments came, and the most probably you guys are looking for the projects which are already proposed by someone, whether by the government or by the some private clients also. So here, but in case generally in thesis, we have lot of opportunities. It's not always like someone has proposed something, so we can follow up that. We can by ourselves we can propose some projects that can be considered as a hypothetical projects. So people are doing and thesis on these topics also, that they are considered as hypothetical projects. So in case suppose if nothing is proposed, so how you are going to do the thesis on those topics? So what will be your parameters? What will be the step one, step two, step three for the selection of the topic? Suppose this is the hypothetical. Yeah, Kanmani. Yes, that's Raj. Is it
sir,
audible?
yeah, it's
Huh.
audible. Yeah, it's not. Yeah, in my case, it's not hypothetical, but there are other like I have given three options. I mean, three subjects, topics. In that, one is live, and other two is hypothetical.
Okay.
But
So for the
solving. some issues, yeah, related to
Okay.
architecture.
So for the hypothetical project, did you frame up some kind of guidelines or parameters like under these guidelines due to this I am selecting this project? Is it
I
kind of some guidelines?
Salman sir,
Yeah,
Guidelines in the sense,
guidelines
I
or
think
parameters of consideration.
sir.
Yeah, Tahir sir,
Sorry.
pardon please.
I think Suraj topic is hypothetical. You can ask Suraj.
Okay. So generally, suppose generally projects typologies are of three types. First one is the live project. Second one is your hypothetical that is proposed by you. Sometimes you found some gap is there, so you are proposing from your side. Got it? So in that case, what you are supposed to do, you have to frame up some guidelines. Is it audible? Is it
Yes, sir.
audible to
Yes.
all of you?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. In that case, because generally what happens, it depends upon the project typologies, what kind of project typology it is. So according to that, you have to frame up the guidelines for the selection of your topic. So generally, the first thing is that you have to consider or make it accountability is about the nature of the project. What is the nature of the project? Nature of the project means like if you want to make a write down, please write down. First point is the nature of the project. Nature of the project means it is pure research based topic or it has some applications. Got it? Sometimes what happened in architecture also, people came up with very innovative ideas, very innovative ideas, but ultimately what happened, they don't know what will be the built mass over there. It's pure architectural, but it has only the theoretical things, theoretical aspect. The research is going in a theoretical manner. So first you have to understand that whatever topic you are selecting, it has some applications also. It is, or rather is it pure theoretical. So in that case, because we are doing UG thesis, okay, so in UG thesis, it has some guidelines because we have to generate some kind of built mass, architectural interpretation should be there. So we cannot consider 100% research based topic where you are not having any kind of built mass over there. So first itself, the criteria is the nature of the project. So you have to understand what is the nature of the project, whether is it research based or whether it has some applications also. So after this, you got it. Okay, now my topic is research based, so you can totally opt it. Okay, you can leave that topic or you can come to the application. Okay, now the second point is the scope for the architectural interpretation. Got it? Scope for the architectural interpretation. This is the another crucial point. First point is the nature of the project. First, you have to understand whether the project is totally theoretical based, theoretical research based, or having some applications also, architectural application. Now, the second project again similar to that, but little different. Here you have to understand the scope of the architectural interpretation, because in thesis you are supposed to integrate the research also, but there is a limited proportion of the research in the UG thesis. You are supposed to integrate 30% of the research and 70% will be the your application, where you are going to use your knowledge and skill to produce some built mass, like some architectural outcome, university, hospital, whatever project is there, you are supposed to do like this. So in that case, you have to understand the scope of architectural interpretation. Sometimes what happened, we are doing again a research based thing and we don't know what will be the architectural interpretation over there. So I will give you an example for that. One of my students came with the idea that I want to do the winery. I want to do the thesis on the winery. Okay, I told, okay, no problem, but you tell me what will be the built mass over there. So they don't have idea. So there is no scope for the architectural interpretation, because the whatever they are going to do, it is an industrial project and the scale will be very less. Otherwise, rest of the part will be the farming only. So winery farming will be there. So that kind of thing you have to consider while you are selecting the topic. And the third point is the scale of the project. Scale of the project is like that because you are doing a thesis and you have to finish that thesis within the 4.5 months, I think. Okay, so you have to consider that scale, that it should not be too large or neither to be very small, because if it's small, it will be very small, then ultimately it will be a problem for the assessor. And if it is very large in scale, then ultimately it is a very problem for you to finish the entire project within this time duration. So and now the number four is
One
very
question,
crucial again.
sir.
X.
Hello,
Hello.
sir. One question. Uh,
Yeah.
it's in syllabus. It said like you don't have any limitations on size of
Mhm.
the site, but
Mhm.
like how big we can go or how small we can take. That's the
Yeah,
doubt.
yeah. Datraj, it's a very nice question. I will tell you by my experience, and I already talked on this that what should be the scale. So I got some numbers like your site selection should not be less than 7.5 acres or should not be greater than 12 acres.
12.
You have to limitize your project under this scale
12.
7.5 acre to 12 acres.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, or you can go up to 15 acres because
Okay.
more than 15 acres, anything, it will be very difficult to bind up your thesis project.
Okay. So how like we
Generally,
can like in I think in Gichan's case, he's going
uh-huh.
for some like I don't know 200 acres, but the
Okay,
build-up will be like he's having university kind of thing. So build-up will be
okay.
like limited to less. I think like 1 acre, 2 acre. That's it.
Yeah,
But
in that what he is supposed to do when he is going to start his thesis, he has to define clearly that on what particular blocks he is going to work because at the same time he cannot develop the 200-acre site. It's a very lengthy project. It's very difficult. He has to
huh.
leave the area for the future development.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
So that we can tell that this is going to be happen there. Like
Yes, yes, you have to clearly tell that these blocks, like if it is a university, because generally the area of the IITs and big universities is more than 100 acres. So you are
uh,
not supposed to work at the same time on a 100 acre. You have to tell that I am going to work on this particular engineering college or administration or what are the faculties I'm going to design. So the area will be limited. You have to limitize yourself.
yeah. Yeah. Okay, sir. Yeah. Thank you.
Okay, so this is the point third, and the fourth one is the again a very crucial as for thesis beginners, the accessibility to the project for the study purpose. Okay, because sometimes what happen, we are taking a topic which is not accessible by us because generally we found it's on a like we observed it. Students are taking like airports, but they are not able to get the case study. So again, it's a difficult point for them. So they have to select a topic which is accessible by them to at least do the case studies. Okay, so again, these 4 points are very crucial
Sir,
while
oh,
you are
sir, one
selecting
more
the
doubt
topic.
about that, sir. Sir,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
what if we are doing something that does not exist presently, like something new or something like that, and how will we study on that? Like we just have online resources, right?
Yeah, in that case you have to do the supportive literature. Generally what happened, some new thing came in your idea and you have to integrate. So function will be, what will happen, function will be available in isolation. Like it is going to accommodate residential also, it is going to accommodate commercial also, it is going to accommodate recreation also or healthcare also. So you have to do case studies in a part. Got it? It's
Okay.
nothing new. Activities will remain the same. A human is doing sleeping, eating, recreation. Functions will remain the same, study or whatever. So you have to do the study in isolation.
Yes, sir.
Got it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So like something, if you are doing anything new, it's not to worry about it because I'm not getting the case study for that. It's like you have to do study in the part. Got it? And you have to club it at the end.
Okay, okay, sir.
Clear. So I think we have discussed about the selection of the topic. We have discussed the 4 points. First one is the nature of the project. That means it's a research based or it has some applications also. You have to first identify. Then the second thing is the scope of the architectural interpretations. Okay, like I gave you the example of binary. And third one is the scale of the project. And fourth one is the accessibility to the project. Okay, so I think these 4 points are very crucial while you are selecting the topic. Clear?
Sir, one more time.
Yeah, yeah. Uh, First point is the nature of the project.
Okay.
Okay. And the
Uh,
second one is the scope of the architectural interpretations. Scope.
okay. Uh,
Okay. Third one is the scale of the project,
okay.
7.5 to 12 acres. Okay. Or you can
Hmm.
little bit extend it to 15 acres.
That
And
that will be
accessibility.
that is not built up, right?
Now, that is not the built up, that is the site area.
Okay.
Okay. And accessibility to the project for the study purpose.
Accessibility. Okay.
Yeah, for the study purpose like case study and all, because without case study and without getting the proper plans you can't conduct your case studies because you are supposed to do the comparative analysis also. So this is
So
all
that
about
30
all the 4 points.
thirty
This is
percent
four
research will
points.
come in.
Yeah,
30% research will come under this, right?
yeah, yeah,
Accessibility. Okay.
Yes, yes, yes. So this is all about the selection of the topic. I think this part is clear.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay, now we are moving to the development of the proposal, like kind of synopsis we are supposed to do. So first thing is that the intent of the synopsis, why we are writing the synopsis, what is the purpose behind writing the synopsis? Yeah, Datraj, any idea?
Uh, to know like detail about a project, like a brief about the project.
Yeah,
Small brief, yeah.
yeah, a brief about the project and submit it to the assessors, and on the basis of that jury they will finalize our project, okay, for the thesis and all. So generally how to propose a project, generally first thing is that suppose you have selected a topic, your topic is airport, so you have to first introduce, give a brief introduction about the airport. What is the airport? What kind of activities are going over there? Typologies of the airport. What are the functional spaces of the airport? So all the components you are supposed to, the literature, the brief literature you have to discuss about the airport in the introduction section. The first point will be the, while you are writing your proposal, first point will be the your introduction. So give a brief introduction about the project. Got it? You write your introduction like that the person don't know anything about the project. Got it? Suppose if you are writing anything about the hospital or some other project or architecture college, so assume me that I am don't know anything about your project. So you have to briefly write all the things, all the essentials about your project, so that I can go through it, I can consider all the points. Okay. The second point is that after finishing your introduction, you have to write the aim of the project. What is the aim of the project? What you are going to achieve after finishing your project?
Okay, sir. Yeah.
Okay. Now the second point is aim of the project. So generally, what mistake we are doing in a aim, while we are writing aim, we are writing a like half paragraph for the aim. Actually, it is not needed. You can simply write that by doing this, I am going to achieve this, or I am trying to build this kind of this. Okay, like you are supposed to do the airport, but what kind of airport? Okay, airport you are doing, this is the application, so what kind of airport? So something I got, because you are supposed to integrate the research part also, so you can tell that I'm going to do this sustainable kind of a built mass, so that it can help people and reduce the energy energy thing over there. Okay, so something like that you can write over there to frame up your aim. And now the third one is the, to achieve that aim, what are the essential study is needed? That is your objectives. How to write the objectives? Like suppose you have write your aim that I'm going to do this for to achieve this. Now in your objective section you have to write to study this, to study that, to study something like that. Okay, so I think these are the three upper section. Your first
Sir,
one is
I
the
didn't understand
introduction.
about objective, sir. Objective once more, can you explain?
Yeah, sure, I will explain. First part is the introduction. Is it clear?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes,
you
sir.
have to write you have to write introduction like that I don't know anything about your project. Suppose you are writing about a hospital, so you have to
Yes.
essentially, what is hospital, you have to start from this. What is hospital? What are the essential components? What are the typologies of the hospital? What are people who are coming over there? What kind of activities are
Yes.
going over there? Okay, so after finishing this all the entire thing about the hospital, you have to come to the aim. Okay, now simply we are going to do the hospital. So you in aim you have to write, I'm going to integrate this thing to achieve the sustainable, to or to make the sustainable hospital over there. What it? Sustainable hospital. I'm going to integrate this thing to make the sustainable hospital over there. Now then the object is what you are supposed to do to make a sustainable hospital. What are the things you are supposed to study? You are supposed to write to study about the sustainability, to study about the concepts of or other parameters which supports the concepts of sustainability, to study about the hospital, to study about.
For sir, for
Mhm.
example, if I'm constructing a cultural building of a
Okay,
place, so
okay.
objective will be like study about the culture. What are the art forms or what are the
Yes, yes,
culture?
yes, 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 yes. Correctly,
Okay, all
correctly
right,
got
sir.
it. So to study about
Yes.
the cultures, to study about their activities, what kind of activities they are doing. So to study. So these kind of things you are supposed to write up over there. Okay.
All right.
Now the third point is your methodology. Got it? Again, the methodology is like that. You have framed up your aim, you have framed up your objectives. Now, methodology is like that, steps of construction, like what are supposed to do. So, like first, I have to do data collection, then some preliminary design, then secondary design, then final like design kind of development. So, first, it starts with the data collection. I give you another example. Like if you are supposed to cook biryani, got it? So what will be the steps of like making a biryani? First you have to bring the meat, first then other stuff, then you have to fry, then this. So this is the methodology that how you are making the biryani. So like that, you are supposed to here write up the methodology. Your in case of this particular project, your methodology starts with the data collection. Got it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Your in this case, your methodology starts with the data collection, primary sources, secondary sources. Then suppose you are supposed to go for the live observation, so you have to go on a site also sometimes. Okay, and collect some like feedback also. So this is all about your
Sir,
part one. Part
sir, this
Yeah,
is only like this is about synopsis, huh? Like all
yeah,
this
yeah.
data.
This is this I'm going to deal with the three sections. First one is the top selection of the topic. Second one is the development of the proposal. This is synopsis, and third one is the compilation of the report.
Okay, so
Okay.
synopsis
So
we must go this much detail, right?
yeah, we are dealing with the second point. So this is about the synopsis. So first is the introduction to the project, aim of
Uh,
the project, objective of the project, and fourth one is the methodology of the project.
that's it. That's all. Like,
Got it? Got it?
hmm,
No. Fifth, then the fifth part comes. But that is very important. Fifth part. Fifth part is the additive information or
okay,
project information. Okay. In that, first thing is came that who is the client. First point is the client of the project.
okay,
Okay. Point one, client is a project. Like who is the client? Like government, which government? Government of Mangalore, or which body? Particularly, which body is the government? Okay. Then second is the building typology.
hmm,
Okay, in this section, as section tells additive information, so you have to describe all the additive information about the project. Okay, so here you are supposed to tell first one is the client of the project, second one is the building typology. Building typology means according to the NBC, that buildings falls under which categorization. Your building is a assembly building, your building is institutional building, your building is residential building. Okay,
okay,
so you have to give a classification, because after that only you are supposed to refer the norms, the local norms. If you don't know your building is which typology, then how you are going to refer the norms? Clear?
okay, hmm, okay,
So you have to, second point is your building typology. Then third one is the current status of the project. Okay, in that you have to write like it is proposed for future, or it is ongoing project, or it is hypothetical. Clear? The three status are there. You have to tick any one. It is proposed, or it is ongoing, or third one is the it is hypothetical. Clear?
Yes, sir.
And fourth one is the location of the project. Fourth one is the location of the project. You have to write the location, where in which state it lies. Okay, what is the exact location of the project? And seventh is the tentative requirements.
Okay, sir.
And seventh is the tentative requirements. Is it
Yes, sir.
clear? Seventh is the tentative requirements, that what are the spaces are required over there. Suppose if you are making a hospital, so what are the essentials spaces required over there? So you have to write like administration is required, these spaces are required, wards are required, lab is required. So like that you are supposed to make the tentative requirement. This section is a tentative requirement.
Sir,
Okay.
but
So
this
on the basis,
spaces will be
yeah,
already mentioned in the brief, right? Like what kind of
yeah,
spaces or
yeah, this is a pre-synopsis. So in that you are supposed to mention all those things. This is the pre-synopsis.
okay, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. So tentative requirements. After that, then building norms. The last one is the building norms, where you are supposed to tell what is the ground coverage over there, by referring the local norms. What is the ground coverage over there? What is the FAR over there? What is the maximum height limited over there? And how much setback you are supposed to leave over there?
Yes, sir.
Clear? So this section is also finished. I'm again just calling it again. So this section is about the project proposal. In that, you are having 7 heads. First one is the introduction of the project. Second is the aim of the project. Third one is the objective of the project. Fourth one is the methodology. Fifth one is the additive information. In that, you are having 7 points, I think. First, client of the project. Second one is the building typology. Third one is the current status of the project. Fourth one is the location. Fifth one is the tentative requirement. And sixth one, I think, is the building norms. Building norms. This part is clear?
Yes, sir.
Any questions regarding this section?
No, sir.
Okay.
So synopsis will
Now,
end over there in building additive
yes, yes.
information.
Now, synopsis is over.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Now the third section is your compilation of your thesis report. Okay. So,
Yes, sir.
okay, your thesis starts with your project introduction and the site analysis. These two things are proposed in one stage. Once your thesis will start, again you have to start with the project introduction. Your jury will review your project introduction and the site analysis. Got it? First thing you are supposed to do the site analysis and the project introduction. So these two things you have to do, and you are supposed to do a site model also. Suppose your site is on a very high contour, so you are supposed to do your site model to define your site, because sometimes jury may have questions. They want to know the what STP thing is over there in your site. Okay, so you are supposed to support this stage with your site model on a scaled
Sir,
site model.
sir, one more
Yeah,
question about site, sir. Should the
yeah,
site
yeah.
be like existing, or like can't we create a like a hypothetical space where we can build it?
No, if you are hypothetically proposing, then again you have to frame up the parameters. The thing is that you have to proper justification. You have to give the justification, proper justification, that why this particular site. Because if you are proposing anything, ultimately as a reviewer, I will ask question, why only this site? Why not the other?
Okay.
Okay, so you have to frame up the parameters. What is the advantage by selecting this site?
Okay, sir.
Sir, one question.
Suppose,
Like, if
yeah,
we
I will give you one example. Like if you are uh, what this meditation center. Suppose if you are doing one meditation center, so in
Okay.
that case, if you check the site of Taj Mahal,
Okay.
it's a very peaceful site. It's
Yes.
by nature it's a very peaceful site.
Okay.
So something like that, you have to find out the parameters. By selecting that, you can defend your site. Because why I'm selecting, because ultimately by nature it's a meditating site, so ultimately it will give
Sir,
you calmness and cool. Hmm.
sir, can the
Yeah.
parameters be based on the location? Like, suppose my thesis proposal will like go very well with the location of Bangalore. So Bangalore,
Okay.
because like it's going to be like near to some of the major cities and major places where people can go. So
Hmm.
can this be a parameter, or should I go locally into the like smaller regions of Bangalore, specific where I choose the site?
No, no, no. Here the two things is that first is the relevance of the project with the people. The
Okay.
proposal you are going to project, how is going to impact it over there? Is it for the employment purpose, or it is for the economic growth, or it is for something different like cultural spaces over there? Okay,
Okay.
so you like that only you have to, because suppose if you are making some kind of industrial spaces within a city, ultimately it's going to hit the people of the city, and it's going to
Yes.
deteriorate the life of the people. So in that
Yes.
case, you are supposed to frame some criteria that I'm going to select the site outside the city, because
Okay.
the pollution should not impact the city peoples or affect the
Okay.
city life of the city.
Okay.
clearly. So something like that, first just start thinking about that, it will come automatically. Okay.
Okay,
So
sir.
the first point is that project introduction and the site analysis. So here you have to do the site analysis. Now the first thing is that while we are doing the site analysis, we are doing so many mistakes. First thing, that we don't know anything about our site, and then we are going to defend itself. So first physically go to your site and just analyze it. What's the surrounding, what will be the future status of our site. Suppose I'm going to do some residential apartment, but I don't know what is proposed around surrounding to my city or surrounding to my site. Sorry. So in the if in case in a future site is totally vacant, you did a residential over there, and after 10 years, what happens? It is surrounded or it is occupied by the industrial typology building. So ultimately, what will happen? It is going to destroy the life of the people who are living in your site. So that kind of
Okay.
consideration you have to consider while you are going for the site analysis, that you should know that this surrounding site or the belongings belongs to whom in future, what they are going to construct over there. So because it having some relationship, your neighbor, you should know. Got it? Then the second thing is that we are neglecting the climatic analysis. In your site analysis data, you have to consider the climatic data. It's very important. You should know the climate, because whatever you are going to build over there, you have to consider, or you have to integrate the climate in your design also. That is the need of the time.
Okay, sir.
That is clear.
Okay.
So these two essential points are there. Then the rest of the same, that what is the contour level, what is the north side, and wind flow, and or this is the remains the same. Crucial points are the surroundings and the climate. Got it? You should know the proper climate over there and the facilities supported to your site. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Now
sir.
the second point is your case study. After finishing this project introduction and the site analysis, you are supposed to conduct your case studies. Now here the thing is that I went to case study, but they didn't allow me for the photograph. Sir, I went to the case study, but I didn't get the plan. So these kind of excuses doesn't considered. Okay, this doesn't make any accountability for your case studies. And as a genuine reviewer, I should not consider your case studies. If you are doing a case studies, you have proper data. That's why in your topic selection, I clearly mentioned the accessibility. You remember the fourth point, the
Yes, sir.
accessibility.
Yes, sir.
If you don't have accessibility, please don't select any topic and give the excuses and a later stages that I'm not able to get the photograph, I'm not able to get the plans of the city. So for the case study, plans areas are very important, because after that only you are supposed to do the comparative analysis.
Okay, sir.
Okay, okay. And you will only understand the functional approach of the building once you have the plan. Okay, so where we are supposed to put the barriers, like if a building is security sensitive, you are designing some security sensitive area. So in that case, you should know where I should install all the security equipments over there. So that will be known only you are having the plans on or plans and supportive documents over there. So please be very clear about this thing, because this is the very basic mistakes the generally students are doing while they are going for the case studies. Okay, in that case, you are supposed to do minimum 2 number of case studies, live case studies, minimum 2. Okay, and one is net supported study, and rest will be your standards and the inferences. So after doing the comparative analysis among this, you will get your inferences.
Okay, sir.
Okay, so this is all about the case study part. Okay, we'll talk on this case study in next session with some examples. Okay,
Yes, sir.
now the third one is that this chapter 1 and chapter is 2 is finished. First one is the project introduction and the site analysis. Second one is the case study. This comes under the literature review. Okay, while you are compiling your thesis report, these 2 chapters will come under the literature review. Now your actual thesis is started. Now stage 3 starts with the concept development and the preliminary stage. So here you, as you know, I think what is concept and the preliminary stage. So deliverables will be like you are supposed to evolve your form, that how it came with some theory and with some justified reasonings, and with that you are supposed to do the basic sketching. Basic sketching your form, how you are generating your form, what will be your plan. So these schematics are supposed to be deliverable in this stage. This is the preliminary stage. This is the stage one, supported with the concept and all. Clear? Now the next stage will be with the design development. And this stage is going to be reviewed by 3 times. Okay, this stage is going to be reviewed by 3 times. Once these 3 times will open, you directly come to the pre-final stage. Clear? You will come to
Yes.
the pre-final stage. In that pre-final stage, what you are supposed to do, you are supposed to revise all the things. Whatever, like in a pre-final, generally you are supposed to give your site plan, your all the floor plans, your all elevation to elevation to section for each block. How many blocks you have doesn't matter. You are supposed to give 2 elevation, 2 section for each and every block in pre-final. Okay. Then with the 3D mask, then with the working drawings also, and whatever elective you have chosen. Like if you have chosen services, then you have to give the services plans. If you have chosen working drawing, then you have to give the working drawing. You have chosen some MEP services, then you have to give those also. And landscape, then you have to go give. It depends upon your elective. Now the final, after this pre-final, you have been given for the time for preparing your presentation drawing, the Photoshop drawing. Till this pre-final, you no need to prepare the presentation drawing. Okay, your reviews will go on your normal architectural drawings, the CAD drawings. Okay. Now after this pre-final, you will be given a time for preparing your presentation drawing, for the rendering and for the all developing all kind of 3D masses and all. Then that will be submitted in final with your hard copy of the thesis report. Okay. So this is all about your thesis startup. So generally, I have dealt with the first two in a little detail. Rest the third one is because it's no sense in dealing with the third point, the compilation. Once you start up with the two things, then we will definitely will take it on next session. Now, if you have any question, you can ask me.
Sir, you told about the literature study, right? Literature. I didn't get that actually. Hello. Hello.
Yeah, Dutraj.
Sir, you told about literature analysis or something. You told about, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
What is that? Like literature
That is literature review.
review. Okay. About that's a third stage, right? No. After second stage, after case
Yes.
studies, you like
Mhm.
we have to compile as a literature review.
Review. These two chapters. Uh, I will take a separate lecture on this thing, the
Okay. Okay.
compilation of the thesis report, where I will give you some samples also. So it will be very easy for you to understand.
So this is like you gave us a outline how a thesis will go, right?
Yes. This is a kind of general outline. In the pre-synopsis, I have give you the details that how we are supposed to select the topic and how you are going to compile up your synopsis. Okay, how you are going to select the topic and the compilation of the synopsis. But
Okay.
this compilation of your thesis, I will take it separately because it's a lengthy topic.
Okay.
Okay. Any
Okay.
other question?
Yeah, synopsis, like it's like we give like at least three type three options of thesis topic. and
Yeah,
like after discussion, after discussion with the guide and whoever is there, so we'll go for one topic, right? So
yeah.
so it's how what the criteria is like. What is the chance of selection? Like how we select the, like they will suggest something, or like we have to go
No,
with
no,
our.
no. Actually, it's not like that. What happens generally, Datraj, in a college, in our batch, 70 students are there.
Uh,
Okay, I'm telling you my story. So it's not possible to find out 70 different topics.
okay. Yeah.
Okay, so in that case, what they are asking three topics. So what will happen? So person who is coming first, he will get his first choice. Okay,
Hmm.
depending upon his defense, he has to first defense the things. Okay, suppose he came with the three topics. First one is the architecture, second is the hospital, third one is some cultural center. So according to his knowledge, the jury will review them and they will allot one topic. Okay,
Hmm.
and he got some topic. After that, what will happen? Second student came with the similar topics.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, to avoid such kind of clashes, that's why they are asking more options. Otherwise, there is no problem. You are coming with the same topic and they will allot you the same topic. It's not a problem because this is your willing and this is your eagerness to do the research on the topic.
Okay. Okay. Fine. Yeah. Got it. Yeah.
Okay.
Hmm.
Yes. Any other? Suraj, any question?
No, sir. No.
Thank you very much, Salman sir.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you.
So, guys, in the light of Salman sir's this lecture, I want to say two things about your synopsis. Almost everyone who put so much data under the case study and site analysis. Like Salman sir said, in the synopsis, there are four headings. First is introduction, another one is aim, then objectives, and then research methodology, and one more is some
Additive
additional
information.
information if additive information is there. So you have to mention your case studies only, but you have to write the name of your case study. So you, at the time of presentation or at the time of jury, you can justify that you have some projects available in our country or in our area which are accessible and similar to your projects. Otherwise, if you don't have any case study similar to your project, then you will face difficulty. Like if you are taking a project which we don't have any similar case in our country, so it is difficult to travel abroad. But right now you have to just mention the name of your case studies and just add some little information. And same thing with site analysis also. So you have to just add some basic information related to your site, like Salman sir said, the dimension of the sites, who is the owner of that particular site, the site map only. No need to put detailed site analysis. You have to do detailed site analysis at the time of your thesis, at the time of your thesis project in 10th semester. Right now, you have to focus only on the background or introduction, your aim and objective, and research methodology. These 3 points are very important. You have to frame these three headings: aim, objective, and research methodology. And other thing is additive information. So these are my inferences. So if anyone want to ask any question, any query with me, Salman sir, so you can ask. Am I clear to you this about case
Yeah.
studies and site
Yeah.
analysis?
Yeah, Mr. Tahir, I think we can continue for the next session, the thesis compilation, because I haven't touched it nicely. I will take that section in a very detailed manner in the next session. We'll have a next session also for the thesis compilation.
Okay, sir. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you, thank you, thank you, guys. Goodbye.